Well, it'll be remembered as one of Australia's most famous corporate hoaxes. 2 days ago, anti-coal activist Jonathan Moylan knocked up a fake press release from the ANZ Bank, which said the bank was cancelling a $1 billion loan to Whitehaven Coal for its new mining project because the bank was worried about the impact on the environment. Well, the release sparked a panic at the stock exchange and wiped $300 million off the value of the company. Whitehaven Coal has since recovered its losses, but it says it's had complaints from many of its shareholders who sold when the price was down and lost money. Well, now the Greens have entered the fray as well. They've congratulated Jonathan Moylan on his hoax. But in an exclusive interview with 7:30, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission says it's taking the matter very seriously and that a conviction could result in significant jail time. Connor Duffy reports.
In a remote bush camp armed with just a phone and a laptop, Jonathan Moylan managed to fool the financial press and the stock exchange. He issued this false press release, claiming ANZ had pulled a loan for Whitehaven Coal's massive Maules Creek coal mine expansion.
Change doesn't happen without people taking risks. The consequences to me could be very serious, but nowhere near as serious as the impact that this mine is going to have on our water and our farmlands.
Jonathan Moylan's camp is in the Laird Forest in northern New South Wales, near the Maules Creek mine. His simple fake press release saw shares in Whitehaven plunge by $314 million in a single afternoon. Mr Moylan also impersonated an ANZ Bank employee on the phone, something he says he has no regrets about.
Our main concern is the impact that this mine would have on farmers, on the largest remaining forest in the Liverpool Plains, and our health and our climate. All of these things are absolutely invaluable and can't have a dollar figure attached to them.
This camp was raided by ASIC, who took a phone and a laptop. Mr Moylan says he'll continue to do whatever it takes to stop the mine, but offered an apology to investors who lost money.
I certainly didn't intend any harm to shareholders in Whitehaven, and for the record, I do apologise. But I won't apologise for exposing ANZ's dirty investments in Whitehaven Coal.
Whitehaven Coal's largest shareholder is Nathan Tinkler, and its chairman, former Deputy Prime Minister Mark Vaile. Mr Vaile is furious about the deception.
There's been a number of our shareholders have contacted the office just expressing concern at the circumstances, and as they I suppose, unravelled on Monday, some funds have got automatic triggers that they need to unload stock if there's a very quick and serious drop in a share price in a particular company, and that certainly happened on Monday.
Mr Vaile believes the development will create a large number of jobs and comply with all environmental laws. Whitehaven Coal will complain to the Press Council about media reporting of the press release and examine legal action against the activist.
We see it as our responsibility on behalf of our shareholders, many of whom may have suffered some material loss because of this exercise on Monday, to pursue a number of different avenues. And of course, the primary focus should be the regulator, that is ASIC, in looking at what they can do as far as the corporation's law is concerned.
The corporate regulator ASIC is being urged to crack down hard on market hoaxes. This isn't the first time this has happened, and in his first interview since the hoax, ASIC's commissioner says the matter is being taken very seriously.
The penalties that apply here are really quite severe, and they reflect the importance of market integrity to the Australian economy as a whole. So if you're convicted of an offence of disseminating false or misleading information to the market that could impact on market securities, that carries very substantial penalties, fines of up to nearly $500,000 and a potential term of imprisonment of up to 10 years.
ASIC Commissioner Greg Tanzer says the country depends on the integrity of the stock exchange. ASIC won't go into the details of its investigation, but says if there's potential criminal charges, it'll move swiftly.
It's really important to the Australian economy. There are thousands of Australian public companies that rely on the market to provide an efficient source of funds, and they employ, directly or indirectly, millions of Australians. And on top of that, there's many Australian superannuation funds that invest the retirement savings of millions of Australians.
Greens leader Christine Milne views it very differently and believes Jonathan Moylan has taken a brave stance.
Well, we're in the midst of a climate emergency, and Jonathan Moylan is standing up for what he believes in and for making the point that if you continue to bankroll new coal mines and coal exports, then you're actually driving global warming with the catastrophic consequences for humankind.
She has little sympathy for the investors who lost money and has linked the recent fires to climate change.
Look at the damage to humanity that is being caused by people who bankroll coal mines and those who are making money out of the misery of not only this generation but future generations. That's the issue here. Who's actually losing as a result of the bankrolling of coal mining?
To have someone that has the respect of the electorate across Australia in high political office be prepared to go out and support fraudulent and arguably illegal activity like this beggars belief.
The Greens have said they want to broaden their appeal, particularly in rural Australia. Christine Milne isn't worried the support for Mr Moylan will see the party painted as extreme.
Well, the Greens are saying we believe in backing people who stand up for what they believe in. And what we believe in is a fair go for all Australians, for future generations and for our fellow species. And that is what is at risk here with this climate emergency that we are now facing. People in rural and regional Australia get that more than most.
Back in the forest, the protesters have vowed to continue to fight the project, and its owners are just as determined to build it.
This kind of thing is likely to happen in the future. Perhaps not me, but people are going to be taking more and more risks to ensure that our rights and our environmental rights and the rights of landholders are respected and our children and grandchildren have a future.
We've been complying with every regulation, every standard so far. We have approval from the New South Wales Government. We're just waiting on the final approval under the EPBC from the federal government.